Hello and welcome to Saturn Day Sabbath. I am Reiki Master Sharon, and today I have a transmission for you guys that is not going to be for everyone. So if you can bear with me, then I think this transmission is going to be very powerful for the people that is meant for. And for the people that it's not meant for yet, it can possibly plant a seed. But today I feel called to talk about how I see different dimensions. And if time is all happening at once, and time is an illusion, and everything that we can imagine that is possible for us is actually possible for us, then that means that there are different timelines, there are different dimensions all layered on top of each other. And what I've come to find is that what dimension we are on, what timeline we are on, all correlates with the frame of mind that we are in, and the energy and the alignment and the perceptions. All of these things play a crucial role in how we are experiencing our now moment, our present moment, because you can choose to basically see things from a different way, a different perspective. You can see it as someone can say one sentence to you, and there are multiple ways that you can perceive that. And it all depends on if you're perceiving it out of a lens of your wounding, or if you're choosing to perceive it with grace and compassion and a strong, secure knowing within yourself of who you are and what you are. So when we are navigating through each next now moment, because the now is where all of our power lies. Our power does not lie in the future or the past. It lies in where we are right now, in our current reality, and where you decide to place your consciousness. So what this can look like is you can sit in the present now moment and decide that you want to envision better for yourself in the future. You want to envision a life where you're happy, where you're content, where you have a partner that is supportive and loving, where you have a job that you are excited to show up for instead of dreading every day. If you see that as a possibility, it is. On a different dimension, a different timeline, all happening in this now moment. And you can also take your consciousness and take it back to the future. And it's a kind of time traveling, because you're time traveling with your consciousness, with your energy. You're bringing your energy into that moment that is happening right now, because all time is happening at the same time, which is how we can time travel back into the past. And if you've ever seen things where they have things with time machines or time travel, you'll notice that there is a butterfly effect. Every time that you go to the future and you misalign or do one small thing, it can have a ripple effect into the different timelines, which is why it's so important to do your inner child healing and to sit with your little self and give it love. The love that you wish that you had when you were a child, the reassurance that you wish that you had as a child, the safety that you wish that you had as a child, because that has a ripple effect outwards from your now present moment. Because anytime that you go back in time and you look at those past wounds in a different lens, in a different perspective, when you're able to say, well, back then I didn't understand what was going on or why it happened, but now it's starting to make sense of how that has shaped me as a person and how it has allowed me to show up differently for the people that I love in my life now. And if that hadn't have happened to me, then I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. And maybe it was all happening for me and not happening to me. Do you feel the difference in that? And this is how we change our reality in the now. And it's interesting because when we are interacting with other souls, we all have a unique soul frequency. We all have our own special chord in the melody that is life. Some people have a twin flame, which is kind of like an amplification of that. When you have a soulmate, it's like a melody. It's like, I'm drawing this from what I've learned from Infinity, from Magnetize Yourself. And if you guys aren't familiar with her YouTube channel, I definitely highly recommend that you check out her channel because she is amazing and she has helped me understand a lot of what I have experienced in my own life. And it is very powerful to realize that we are all working together and we are all connecting, and it's all for a reason. We're all here to learn. We're all here to grow. We're all here to learn something from each other, even, and with each other. And it's meant to be fun because we are all fractals of God, Source, Creator, whatever you want to call the all that is in all, the great I am. We are fractals of it. And together we make beautiful things and horrible things. And it is all happening all at the same time. We're living in a life of duality. If you can see the bad, the good is just as good. So what I'm saying is that sometimes we get caught up in the illusion of what this reality is, and the people that have connected with Metatron, Archangel Metatron, you might understand what I'm saying in this a little bit more, since Metatron does have more of a ruling over the matrix of what we call the matrix of the illusion of this physical reality. And when you connect with him, you start seeing things in another perspective. You start seeing things higher. You start seeing things as not so linear. You start seeing things in different ways that make more sense. And what I've come to know and what I believe is that if I can breathe through the storm, regulate my nervous system through whatever I am perceiving in my physical now reality, it can have a profound effect on my next now moment and what dimension and timeline I'm falling onto. Because a lot of times things that throw us off of a higher timeline are things that our ego is being hurt in. It's things that are happening around us that hurt us. Things that we wish didn't happen that way. in the moment. And what my guides have came to show me is that everything that I fear and everything that I've wished for have already happened, and they are happening simultaneously. So if I'm afraid that something's going to happen, it's already happened. But there's also a dimension where it hasn't happened. And both of them are real. And both of them are true. And what my guides have asked me are, which one are you going to feed your energy into? Are you going to give your emotions and your energy to what you're afraid is going to happen and see that timeline showing up in your now moment for you? Or are you going to choose to place your time and your energy and your focus and your emotions on the things that you actually want to experience? You want to experience this joy and this happiness and this fruitfulness. So where are you going to place your energy? It's up to you in this present moment. And it changes everything. And it's allowed me to give people grace, to give people space, to realize that they have God within them and they can figure it out. Because at the height of the storm, I sat and I cried and I broke down and I didn't know how to calm myself. And I reached out to my angels and I was like, what do I do? How do I move through this? How do I move forward? What do I do now? What do I do? And I just heard it so clearly that it's all an illusion. That's what Metatron told me. It's what Archangel Michael told me. It's what God, Jesus told me is this is all an illusion. It's just an illusion. You can calm down. It's all an illusion. And what I noticed is when I did calm down, what seemed so big and so scary and so frightening, it didn't have control over me anymore. I was able to move forward, and I was able to calm down, and I was able to grab onto my center and my now moment, and I was able to see all the beautiful things that are happening in my life. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this if you did make it to the end. I'd love to hear what you have to say if you have experienced something like this in your own life. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'd love you to stay connected with me if you want to like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.